This week we are learning about the parable of the sower, and we can find that in Mark chapter 4, verses 1 to 9. And that story starts with Jesus is on a boat, and he's talking to people on the shore, and he's telling them the story about the sower who planted seeds. Some seeds landed on a path, and the birds came along and ate them, and the plants didn't grow. And some seeds, when he scattered them, they ended up falling in the dirt, but they were kind of covered with rocks. And because of that, the sun was too hot, and it burned the seeds, so those seeds didn't grow either. Some seeds landed in dirt with too many weeds, and those weeds choked out the plants, and they couldn't grow. And some seeds landed in good soil, and the plants grew and grew and grew. Jesus wants us to share God's word. And like the sower who scattered the seeds, some people will listen and some people won't. And what Jesus wants you to do is to share God's word with as many people as you can. So, the sower went out to sow. That's part of our Bible story today. And the sower planted seeds. A lot of good things and lots of good things happened. You know, he planted seeds, and sometimes the birds got them, sometimes the sun was too hot and messed up the seeds. Sometimes the dirt had too many weeds in it, and the weeds kind of overtook the seeds. But the seeds that landed in good soil, that's just awesome, because the plants grew and grew. So Jesus was sent to earth many years ago, and you could say that God was planting a seed of love in the world when he gave the world Jesus. Jesus grew and taught, and he showed others how to live in God's way. So God continues to plant seeds of love everywhere, in you, all of you. That little seed of God's love blooms with lots of love to share. This week, we're going to talk about sharing God's love and caring for all of God's creation. And we'll plant and root down and grow up and work through hard times and enjoy living together. We're going to start with a week-long project. We are going to be planting a pizza garden. And you're probably thinking, okay, what's a pizza garden? Well, let's find out. Alrighty, so let's begin. I have an egg carton, I have basil seeds, and I have soil. So our first herb that we're going to plant today for our pizza garden is basil. We're going to fill a couple of, oh, it's getting everywhere, isn't it? We're going to do a couple of the egg carton holes there. And while we are doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger down and make a little hole in the soil. Okay? And then I am going to take a couple of my basil seeds, and I'm going to put them, oh my goodness, they are very, very tiny. Here, let me show you. Look how tiny those seeds are. Those are basil seeds. And we're going to put approximately 5 seeds in. Boy, those are tiny little things. In each hole. Okay? Okay. And then we're going to cover that up. Okay? And then we'll add some water to it. And we're going to put it in the sunlight. And we're going to watch it grow this week. So we're going to set the pizza garden aside. And now we're going to talk about some seeds. I have several here. Let's see if we can figure out what they are. So if we look at this bean right here, this is a lima bean. And a lot of people use them in soup and some people just eat them. This is a peanut. Have you seen peanuts before? I'm sure you have. Maybe not that shape. And then we have baby limas, we have pintos, we have kidney beans, we have navy beans. This is a split pea. And then this is a lentil, cashew, an almond. And all of these things are seeds. And they're all things that we consume. What kind of seeds do you have at home? So we've identified the seeds that I have on the paper for you, and I'm sure that you probably have seeds at home of some sort, whether it's in your house or outside. But right now, I want you to do a little bit of a scavenger hunt. I want you to go out and I want you to try to find things that are products of seeds or seeds themselves. And I want you to create a sculpture. So if you can find things like a pine cone, a leaf, a twig, a bean, a flower, an acorn, and you'll need some glue, come on back and we're going to make a sculpture. So I went out and I found some pieces of wood. This is a pod off one of the trees, a rolled up leaf. I found some oak leaves. And then I'm not sure what kind of tree this is, but I was fascinated that it was red. I thought that was pretty cool. And then I have the beans that we used earlier. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on my sculpture, and I'd like you to work on yours as well. So I think I'm going to use this piece of wood as my base. And let's see, I'll put some glue on here. And I think I'm going to start with a bean. And I really like this thing. I haven't quite figured out what to do with it yet. Maybe I can put it there. And I can wrap the stem around. And glue it in place that way. That'd be cool if it stayed. It'd be wonderful. Did you ever notice that in nature there's so many shapes and colors and designs? Just like people. There's all shapes, colors, and designs. And they're all wonderful. And they're all part of God's creation, which is super awesome. I'm not sure where this is going here. Holy moly. Okay, I'm gonna put a cashew here. Have y'all ever eaten a cashew? They're pretty tasty. Let's try a red one now. Let's see if I can get a red leaf on here. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, I got a couple of them. So let's see how we can get that in our sculpture. That might be kind of, ooh, I got glue on my fingers, it's sticking to my fingers. Okay, what do you think? Should I put some more seeds on there? Let's see, maybe I'll put something here. Maybe, let's put a white bean on the red. I don't know, what do you think? Kind of looks like a boat. We've got an oar and maybe some people in there. What does your sculpture look like? Make a story up and tell a story with it. Okay. So I liked making that sculpture, and I'd be really interested to see what kind of sculptures you made. So if you would be willing to take a picture of your sculpture and send it to Zion on its Facebook page, we would love to see what you've created. And we'd love to hear the story you have to tell about it as well. What kind of seeds do you like to plant? God's plants seeds too, and God's love is like a seed in you and me. It is a gift for the whole world. Do you remember the story Jesus told about the sower who went out to sow? A sower is like a gardener or a farmer. And if you sow seeds, you spread or plant the seeds so they can grow. God has sown seeds of love all over the world. God's love is like a seed in me. God's love is a seed in you. Thank you for coming tonight, and have a great day.